Hey guys, this is Pratiti Chakravarti, a student of mass communication and journalism. In my last episode, I talked about this cultural hegemony. In this episode, I am going to explain the theory cultural imperialism. Let's see what cultural imperialism means. Cultural imperialism is defined as the cultural aspects of imperialism. Imperialism here is referring to the creation and maintenance of unequal relationships between civilization favoring the more powerful civilization. Therefore, it can be defined as the practice of promoting and imposing a culture, usually of politically powerful nations over less potent societies. According to Cambridge Dictionary, the fact of the culture of a large and powerful country, organization, etc., having a great influence on another less powerful country. The brand has become a symbol of globalization and, to some, one of the most vivid examples of cultural imperialism. Cultural imperialism is the domination of one culture over another. Cultural imperialism can take the form of a general attitude or an active form and deliberate policy, including or resulting from military action. Economic or technological factors may also play a role. We might say the cultural products of the first world invade the third world and conquer the local culture. Cultural imperialism was around long before the United States became a world power. In its broadest strokes, imperialism describes the ways that one nation asserts its power over another, just as Imperial Britain economically ruled the American colonists, so did Britain strongly influence the culture of the colonies. The culture was still a mix of nationalities. Many Dutch and Germans settled as well. But the ruling majority of ex-Britons led British culture to generally take over. Today, cultural imperialism tends to describe the United States' role as a cultural superpower throughout the world. American movie studios are generally much more successful than their foreign counterparts, not only because of their business models but also because of the concept of Hollywood has become one of the modern worldwide movie businesses defining traits. Multinational non-governmental corporations can now drive global culture. This is neither entirely good nor entirely bad. On one hand, foreign cultural institutions can adopt successful American business models, and corporations are largely willing to do whatever makes them the most money in a particular market. Whether that means giving local people a shot at making movies or making multicultural films such as 2008's Slumdog Millionaire. However, cultural imperialism has potential negative effects as well. From a spread of Western ideals of beauty to the possible decline of local cultures around the world, cultural imperialism can have a quick and devastating effect. So, guys, this was all about cultural imperialism. In my next episode, I am going to talk about the concept of media and cultural imperialism and the relation of US with the cultural imperialism.